Yo, what's up movie people? I hope you're doing well. We got another movie news video today. It's going to be a shorter one today since we only got a little bit of topics to talk about. Let's get right into it. Alright, the first topic I wanted to talk about was Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts has begun filming. We talked about this a little bit back, like 2 months back, that they were begun filming already, but they took a break because of the writer's strike. But the writer's strike is still going on, but they've begun filming again, so I'm guessing that they're just going full motion into this so they can get it out by its release date, which is next December, I'm pretty sure. But I'm very excited for this movie, even though I don't like Ghost. I don't care for Ghost and Taskmaster. I really don't care about them at all. The main four people in the front of the picture I do care about a lot, especially Yelena and David Harbour's character. I really do like them a lot from Black Widow. So I'm actually very excited for this movie. And Black Widow, a lot of people don't like Black Widow, but I actually think it's a pretty good MCU movie. So this just makes me more excited for Thunderbolts, and they've begun filming, so very exciting. We got some very exciting news. Donald Glover will return for the Community movie. Filming will now begin next summer. This is actually a long time away from filming, which is kind of surprising. I thought they would have begun filming late this year, but they're not going to begin filming for a long time. But, you know, I was a little worried that Donald Glover wouldn't come back for this movie because everyone else was confirmed like a couple months ago except him. So it was a little bit worrying because, you know, Donald Glover is a very busy guy. He's huge in the music business now, and he really doesn't have a lot of time for like acting. I mean, he was in another movie this year as a cameo, but that's just a cameo. But he's going to be full-fledged in this movie because he's one of the main characters of the Community show. You know, I watched most of the Community TV show. I never finished it. I still probably have like 2 or 3 seasons left. I watched most of the seasons though, and I actually find it to be a very enjoyable and a very funny show. I just felt like the gimmick and kind of it got a little old for me towards like the 5th season, so I kind of gave up. But I really had a fun time with the characters, and I think it's a very really relaxing show to watch, very just like calming show to watch, and I find it really funny, as I said, and I'm very excited for what they're going to do with the movie. You know, sometimes these movies from the TV shows don't really work, but with this cast that you have, I think it will work, and I'm actually very excited for it. We got some interesting news here. Evan Peters has been cast as the villain in Tron 3 aside Jared Leto. You know, Tron 3 is a movie that I didn't think we're ever going to get after Tron Legacy came out, which I guess didn't do too well, but I actually enjoy Tron Legacy a lot. I think it's a visually fantastic, and I actually enjoy the story a lot. A science fiction movie that I really enjoy watching a lot. And, you know, Tron 3, when it got announced, I was pretty excited, but then they cast Jared Leto, and my excitement went way down because Jared Leto, he can really hit some high notes sometimes in his acting, but then he hits some really low notes like Morbius, House of Gucci. But his high note for me was Blade Runner 2049, which was also a science fiction movie. So this Tron 3 is also a science fiction movie, so I'm thinking that Jared Leto could come back and do really good in this movie. But we don't really have any real details of who Jared Leto's character is, what the whole plot of this movie is, because I don't think it's going to come out for another 2 or 3 years. But Evan Peters has been cast as the villain. We do know that he's the villain now, and I'm very excited. You know, Evan Peters, he's a very fantastic actor. He was in the Dahmer show, which I didn't watch because I didn't really care to watch it, but I heard he was excellent in it. And, you know, I feel like he can be really good as the villain, but I hope Jared Leto really doesn't bring him down, because if Jared Leto brings a horrible performance to this movie, it's going to really hurt Evan Peters, and I don't want it to, because I want a good Tron movie, and I want Tron movie to be successful, so I am very happy that Evan Peters is going to be in this movie. Alright, we got a new look at Cillian Murphy and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. You know, this picture, when I first saw it, it just reminded me of him from Peaky Blinders, because I did watch a couple episodes of that show, and this looks exactly like Thomas Shelby in Peaky Blinders. Like, if you turn it on, this looks exactly like him. Like, I don't know what this scene is from Oppenheimer, but it looks like it's in the past, because that does not look how he looks like in the actual movie. That just brings Thomas Shelby to me, and I just wanted to bring it up, even though it's not really news, because it's pretty funny to me. I just find that picture hilarious. Mortal Kombat 2 has actually begun filming. You got that little logo right there. I actually really like that logo. I'm not really big on the first Mortal Kombat movie. I do find some of its moments enjoyable, but I think the movie could have been executed so much better, and some of the characters I just didn't really care for. But the cast for this movie has actually ramped up, I think, and I do like the new additions to the cast, and I just feel like they need to make this movie more action-packed, and I'll like it more. But I do like the logo a decent bit, and I'm very excited for it. The Sandman Season 2 has officially begun filming. So there's a little bit of drama with the Sandman. Like, it got canceled, kind of. Well, they didn't really say it got canceled, but Season 2 took forever to be announced for some reason. But this show was very popular when it launched. I never got a chance to watch it, but I'll probably watch Season 1 before Season 2 comes out. I just don't have the time right now to watch it, and there's no point for me to watch Season 1 when Season 2 won't come out for another 3 years, so I don't really care to watch it right now. But, you know, I've heard people say that this is a fantastic show, and, you know, I'm very excited to watch it and see what it's all about, because Neil Gaiman, of course, wrote the comic book for it. I'm pretty sure it's based off the comic book. So I'm very excited to watch the show, but I just have no interest in watching it when Season 2 won't come out for a long time. But I'm happy that Season 2 is actually happening, and it's begun filming now, so that's very good. You know, we were getting a lot of cancellations in filming because of the writer's strike, but I guess a lot of things are starting to film again, even though the writer's strike is still going on, which is kind of confusing, but, you know, whatever floats their boat. So let me know what you guys thought of the topics I talked about today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.